And today, if I give you this opportunity to host this complete conversation, and how would you take this conversation ahead?
Okay, I thought, yes, I will prepare some questions and I will ask because you have a lot of experience, you have explored a lot in life. So, yes, I would love to
Okay,
host
so
a
now ball is in
session.
your
Not
court.
host. What do you think about overthinking? Is it really a problem?
You are stressed, and when your chips are down, you can't do anything. You have to be mentally strong, physically strong. If you will watch your mobile too much, this itself will create a void in your life. Learn mobile fasting, I would suggest you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Very, very good afternoon, Pooja. Tell me, where are you
Yes,
from?
ma'am.
What do you do? What's your hobby? Just explain a
Yes,
little,
ma'am.
little more about yourself so that I can continue this conversation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my name is Pooja Thakur and I hail from beautiful state of mountain and Himachal Pradesh. It is known as Himachal Pradesh and more specifically I'm from Mandi district and talking about my education, I've done my graduation and currently I'm pursuing post graduation. And as for my hobbies, I love reading books and spending time in nature and having meaningful conversation with like-minded people. And these days I've also indulged myself into learning this language and improving my communication skills, and I've also started a YouTube channel regarding English itself. Yes, ma'am, this is brief introduction about me. And yes, ma'am, I would love to know more about you as well, although I have been through your channel, but still I would love to know more about you personally.
So my name is Manju Mishra and I live in Lucknow and I am a retired teacher. In my retirement, I launched my YouTube channel with the name Grammar with Manju Ma'am. So I run my YouTube channel and also I started conducting online classes for training some beginners and intermediate level learners for their speaking journey or communication journey. And that's how I'm keeping myself busy in my retirement. If you talk about my hobbies, I have a green thumb, so I love spending time in my garden. And I also love to listen to somewhere 70s and 80s music. So that's how
Yes, ma'am.
this is a
That's
short
great, ma'am.
introduction of mine. If you have any specific thing to ask related to my introduction, you can certainly ask.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay,
Not
fine.
much to ask.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I found your profile pic in uniform. So
Yes, ma'am.
I felt that you are somewhere in police or somewhere you are a working professional. What is that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The reason behind that is that I had NCC during my college days, and many people think like that because I had that uniform. That is NCC uniform, so that is how I have that profile. And many people, I think that I am in police or something like that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I also felt maybe I'm giving you time this afternoon. How would you be able to join this? But you said, yes, I'll be available. Then I had somewhere doubt that she's available. Is she really a working professional? Because today is not Sunday. But then I thought,
Yes, ma'am.
let's connect, first connect and then I'll get to know a little more about you. Okay, tell me, how did you get to know about me and what was the interest about reaching out to me?
Yes, ma'am. I think I got to know about through conversational video on YouTube itself. So
Mhm.
I these days I have indulged myself into emailing YouTubers and connecting with them and having conversations with them. So that is how I got to know about you. And I yes, ma'am. I think. From that time, I had this thing in my mind that I really, really wanted to have one conversation with you, but I was feeling intimidating at the same time because as you told, you were a teacher, and that image of teacher that is there in our mind, it's respectful, and at the same time that nervousness was within me. So I have been watching your videos. It's been, I think, 2 months, but I thought now it is right time to connect with you. Now I have got little confidence, so that I wanted to connect with you. Yes, and that is how. And prior to this conversation, I mean prior to this session as well, I was still thinking a lot of things were there in my mind. What should I ask her, like that? So a lot of thoughts were there. But now I'm really, really glad that I'm finally having this conversation with you after watching your videos for months.
Thank you so much. So I welcome you on my channel, Grammar with Manju ma'am. And today, if I give you this opportunity to host this complete conversation, suppose I am your guest and you have to host this conversation, how would you take this conversation ahead?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me because till today, I think whatever conversations I had, I was always answering. And yes, today also, I also had prepared something beforehand because since it's a new thing, because I think I've done more than 10 conversation, but all the time when, host asked me question at the end of the video that do you have any questions you can ask. So I was all the time saying that no, I don't have any questions because I don't know how to ask questions. But today I thought, yes, I will prepare some questions and I will ask ma'am that I will ask some questions, and that is how I'm going to have this conversation today. I would love to. I have certain questions. Maybe some of them might be like funny, but I wanted to really want those answers from you because you have a lot of experience. You have
Okay.
explored a lot in life. So yes, I would love to
Okay.
host
So
a
now ball is in
session.
your
Not
court.
host.
You just
Yes,
continue whatever comes to your mind. Just imagine that I am on your channel and you are interviewing me. So just
yes,
start your
ma'am.
conversation then.
Yes, ma'am. I have few questions and we will go with them, and we will go with the flow then after that. Yes, ma'am. I have few questions because I have written them beforehand. I will check in between. I'll check those questions as well because it's a new thing for me. I'm doing this for the first time, that too on online platform. Yes, ma'am.
And all of a
It
sudden
is
I
an
told you
honor. I
that, that you interview me. So it is a new thing for you. No problem. Let's do. It's a kind of learning, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Yes, ma'am. So, yes, ma'am. Let's go with our first question. So, my first question is: have you ever caught yourself, doing that mindless scrolling and binge watching on Instagram and YouTube? Because I think all of us are struggling with that thing these days. And if yes, then how do you deal with that? Yes, ma'am. That's my
This is
question.
a crucial question of the era. Everybody knows that to what extent we should stay connected with social media, how much it is important, and beyond this, it stresses, it gives you pain in place of enjoyment. For temporary enjoyment, we keep on scrolling and we keep on watching something, but later we feel that eyes are stressed, you feel exhausted. But what if you feel beforehand? If you think beforehand, if you are conscious beforehand that I am, whenever I start using, this is my agenda. First, I set an alarm. First thing I do this, if 10 o'clock I started watching this, so 10:30, I put an alarm that this is how after 10:30, the alarm will really alarm me that now it's high time, leave this. Usually I don't watch much. I started watching or checking and exploring certain things once I launched my own YouTube channel, because that was the time I started learning about YouTube, started learning about video editing, video creating, making description, making thumbnail, finding out better titles, how to do all these things. And that's how I started exploring somewhere YouTube, not Instagram. Okay. So what I do is YouTube, I check for some time. If I have to check, suppose I don't unnecessarily keep on checking, keep on clicking here and there to see some clickbait thumbnails. Somewhere you will find, oh, Madhuri Dixit is expired. I know Madhuri Dixit is alive. All right. So how shall I do that? Maybe if you open that and you go deep into it, somewhere you will find that there was a pundit and he declared, he checked her horoscope, and then he has declared that after 30 years, 40 years, Madhuri Dixit will not be there in the society. But the what is the clickbait thumbnail says? You feel like, Madhuri Dixit is no more. It's a great question, we must check. And that's how people start doing it. But I don't do that, first thing. And the most important thing I would say, that I was not into this habit because I did not take birth in this era. It's a long time when I did not have even landline. It came into my life quite late in my life. So I'm not into it, but I would certainly suggest everybody that you should fix some time how long you have to watch certain things. Today, it has become a part of everyone's life, no matter they are working in the office, no matter uh, they are into meetings. Sometimes I have seen they are conducting meeting and they
Yes, ma'am.
keep watching, keep laughing without any reason. I feel it is something like very astonishing and surprising. It should not happen like
Yes,
this.
ma'am.
When you want, you
And
should watch. When you don't want, you should have that control to keep it off.
yes, ma'am. I think asked this question because I've seen my grandparents since the time they got their mobile phones. I've seen my grandfather. He's watching like he's always on Facebook and YouTube, and sometimes I have to remind him that Dadaji, please stop. It is too much. So I think it is not just about kids and youth. It's about elders. I mean, it is about all age of
All age group
people.
people. It's about all age
Yes,
group
ma'am.
people. My father is there. He has two Android mobiles. One already he had, and one my younger brother gifted him during his birthday. But I asked him, Papa, did you watch my latest video? He says, how to go to YouTube and find out your video? I don't know. He doesn't watch. He doesn't know. He
Yes,
knows that I have created a channel. He knows. I sometimes I tell him that, Papa, if you check, at least you can tell me that somewhere I'm going wrong. How can I improve my English? How can this conversation be better? He says, oh, you must be doing well. Why should he only
ma'am.
receives call and he calls us? Then I tell him, why don't you have that simple mobile, keypad mobile? No, what is that called? Yes, that one.
Mm.
That one you should have. What is the need of a smartphone? Or he's not into this habit, and I'm also not into it because 32 years I was in this school. So school had given us so many responsibilities that we never had time to waste on this social media platform.
Yes, ma'am. That's great to know that you are not that much into. Yes, but I think when it comes to my mother, she's also not that much. But when it comes to my father and my grandfather, they are too much into this. I have to be reminder sometime for them. And yes, ma'am. And other question I would love to ask, and I think it is my personal question as well, like what mistakes do the people do while learning this language and that make them feel stuck somewhere in intermediate level? Because I've seen many people feel after once they reach a certain level like intermediate level, what mistakes do they do that they feel stuck? Because I also am feeling that feeling sometime in my journey. I would love to know about that.
Hmm. This is something very important question. In the journey of learning any language, initially we feel that we are improving a lot. Yeah, because we start from zero. When we start from zero, when we start opening our mouth with one word to two words, when we learn one tense, okay, I have learned to use simple present tense very nicely. I can even use present continuous tense also nicely. Then we see that every day we are learning something and enhancing our skills. After certain time, that becomes somewhere stagnant. We feel that improvement is very slow because first thing, one one thing is confidence and the other thing is overconfidence. So at times we start feeling a kind of overconfidence that now I have learned, why shall I spend more time in learning this language? Secondly, after certain level, you are not able to see your growth. Growth is there, but you are not able to see that growth because it's very slow. It cannot happen that if you are spending time reading, writing, speaking, communicating in real life situation and you cannot improve, it cannot happen. You will improve. Improvement and growth can be a little slow, but more of what is, we should keep on speaking. We should not leave a speaking part, because once we start speaking, we feel now I have learned. I can speak with anybody because I spent 6 months, 8 months, 1 year in this field, communicating with co-learners or communicating with YouTubers. So somewhere, some level of confidence I have gained. But no, speaking comes by speaking. So we need to Continue this journey throughout. That's the only agenda. And then every day, one value we should certainly add. One value, maybe one idiom, one word, one sentence structure, something new we should every day learn. And at least one paragraph we should every day read. Somewhere we stop doing it. Initially, great enthusiasm, great zeal to do it for 4 hours, 5 hours, and slowly and gradually we start feeling sluggish and we start procrastinating. चलो कोई बात नहीं, आज ही तो नहीं पढ़ा ना, कल करेंगे, कल रीडिंग करते हैं. So that should not be there. And this is the reason probably we don't find. And yes, after intermediate level, if you want to be to go to upper intermediate level and touch the advanced level, you need to spend more of time.
Yes, ma'am. It means it's more about consistency. The more you practice, the more
Yes,
the
right,
more
right,
you
right.
improve.
There is no
Yes, ma'am.
substitute of consistency and practice.
Yes, ma'am. I totally agree with
Yeah,
this.
you cannot cut
Because
corner
of
to
consistency.
become advanced level speaker.
Yes, ma'am. Not at all. You have
Yeah.
to
Yes, yes.
have.
What do you do then, Pooja? You tell me. When did you start learning this language? When did you feel actually that now it's high time for me to learn to communicate with people, and how you started your practice?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my journey started in this year itself, in 2026, and I took this resolution in 2026 when I also created my YouTube channel as well on 11th of Jan. But firstly I started like having conversations with ChatGPT because and watching conversational videos on YouTube. After that, I switched to having audio calls. Initially it was intimidating. I was very anxious because I've never done that kind of thing, never, because I come from a humble background, and I've done my whole schooling from a government school and Hindi medium school, then my college from my local town. I've done my college. So this thing was quite new because I didn't have that environment around me, and I have to create that environment on my own. Then I started in month of Feb and March. I started having audio calls. I started talking to people, and after getting little bit of confidence, then I think it's been 2 months. I've started. I thought that because I have that fear of having conversation with people virtually, so I thought, why not to overcome that as well. Then I started emailing people. I started having conversations with them. So yes, ma'am, that is how my journey started, and it's going amazing so far.
Okay, do you ever feel sometimes demotivated, or sometimes you lose your discipline and consistency?
Yes, ma'am. Talking about demotivation, that sometimes happens, but about consistency, I'm quite consistent and disciplined about my learning. To be very honest, I never miss even a single day. I do practice every single day. I think that is the reason for behind me being not that much, but I have gained little bit of confidence. So yes, ma'am. But demotivation happens sometime because when I see people who have started but I think you should not compare yourself with the other people because the things are different. You don't know what are their situations and what's there in their life, so we don't need to compare, because I do this comparison thing a lot because I overthink a lot, but still struggling to deal with that, learning that how to so yes, ma'am, that leads to another question. uh, what do you think about overthinking? Is it really a problem to be overthinker, or is it normal you to overthink? What do you think about it?
Lovely question. See, both the words are existing in the dictionary. So they have a great meaning, thinking and overthinking both. Thinking is very good. If you don't think, you can't start anything, you can't manage anything. So God has given us brain. God gives us certain reason to think. Okay, if certain situation appears in front of you, you have to deal with that situation, and without thinking you can't manage well. So thinking is good in the right direction, but when we start thinking negatively, that is called overthinking. Overthinking doesn't give us positive result, but thinking gives us positive result. Well, we should not overthink on any topic, because that's not the solution at all. How can you compare with XYZ? You can try to compete with that person because he or she is your ideal person. You want to become like her or him. So that's fine. That's fine. But don't keep on cribbing about that you are taking so much of time to become like her or become like him. It's a process, whether it is learning or it is overcoming any critical situation in your life. Okay, all these things need thinking, but not overthinking.
Overthinking.
Overthinking spoils, ruins your peace of mind, and it doesn't give
Yes,
you
ma'am.
right remedy. Okay, you
Yes,
get
ma'am.
trapped into it, and you keep on thinking, keep on thinking. As a result, you are stressed, and when your chips are down, you can't do anything. You have to be mentally strong, physically strong, then only you can do anything. If you are just engrossed in overthinking, it's very bad habit. And the one
Yes,
who is
ma'am.
into this should start meditating, should start thinking how to come out of it, how to get rid of this habit, because it's very bad. Tension, my grandmother used to say, chinta, overthinking is, thinking is chinta. Chinta chita ke saman. चिंता चिता
Yes,
के
ma'am.
समान है, means it brings life to somewhere hell. Okay, so we need not to bring make our life hell. Rather, we should think positively. Overthinking is not good.
Yes, ma'am. When I was in my college, I used to be very chill personality. I didn't think a lot about things. But once I came out of my college, like now I'm living far away from my family, living alone. And I met a lot of people over here who are age group of 26, 25, 22, and they have been preparing for government exams. And because I saw them, they have been overthinking a lot. But I used to think that the because I have never been companionship with the people who were elder than me. But when I saw them, they had a this habit of overthinking. I used to think that they would be very sorted in life, like that kind of image I had for them in my mind. But when I came to know about them, I got surprised and confused at the same time that how can they have that kind of thinking. So that changed my whole perspective towards elder people. So I think from there only I also started thinking a lot that what should do in life, because they keep they although they tell that thing in a positive way to me, that you need to focus on your career, otherwise you will be like us 26, 27 still preparing and all.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing led me to overthinking. Now I have become a overthinker, and I think about any situation in advance. I will think what will happen if this happen, but at the end things always happen in a smooth way. And then I think, why I was thinking too much. It was meant to happen like this way. There was no use of thinking a lot on that thing,
Right,
right?
right. It's a
And this
process. Right.
yes, ma'am. It's a process, and you need to enjoy the process and just live the present moment. You don't need to think about your future, because things are meant to happen the way they will happen. They will happen in that way only, whether you think about them or not. It's
True that,
rather
true
you
that,
think
true that.
positive about those things. Yes, ma'am. I'm still, although I know all these things, I have all these things clear in my mind that you don't need to think a lot. But when situation comes to me, this thing that overthinker within me that I have recently, that person that I've recently became, that automatically comes out of my I think. But still I'm learning. And yes, I think young generation is, I think all the young generation is dealing with this thing. And we really need to think, really need to pay attention to this thing, that
Right.
everything will happen when
On
there
its
is
own
a
pace,
right time.
on its own speed, on its own pace, on its own way. So, and if you are a person of overthinking, then that will become your habit. So,
Hmm.
as soon as possible, get rid of this habit. No matter, whenever something starts stressing you, come out of that matter. Start doing something else. It's not that
Yes.
lying on the bed thinking about tomorrow's exam. How will it go? I have not prepared 2 chapters. Better you sit down and prepare those 2 chapters, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Yes,
a
ma'am.
solution.
And
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. One more thing I have realized, not in me only, but in other people of my age and people who are at the age of 24 and 25, I've seen that although everything is going smooth in their life, but still they feel that hollowness within them without any reason. They are smiling, they're dancing, but all of a sudden they will have that flow of thoughts. They will get into that world of imagination and they will start worrying about their career. I have seen this many times. Even with me, I'm happy, I'm dancing, and after some time, that hollowness, strong hollowness that I will feel, loneliness that I will feel. And yes, I think that thing. What do you think? Why this thing is happening? Do we are we thinking a lot about things? Is it a part of overthinking or is something else?
What were you thinking?
That hollowness, ma'am, all of a sudden, people, not only me, whenever
Void
I
in your
talk to
life,
people.
loneliness.
Yes,
You have
ma'am.
your family, you have your father, you have your mother, as you shared your grandparents' story, so they are with you. Then how come you feel void in your life? You are a family person, you should talk with them. What is happening these days? 6 members in the family, 6 mobiles. They are
Yes,
not
ma'am.
letting
This.
them interact with each other. And that is
Mm-hmm.
the result of feeling void in their life. Come
Mm-hmm.
out of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk with them.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See the reaction of your grandparents when you say, दादाजी बहुत हो गया, बस करो अब मोबाइल देखना. You will laugh, you will giggle to listen to his reply. He would certainly say, बेटा क्या करें? कोई नहीं है बात करने को तो मोबाइल से बात कर रहे हैं. This would be his answer too. So interact with people. If you will watch your mobile too much, this itself will create a void in your life. Watch when it is important. When there is a purpose of watching, it's not that you started unknowingly and you engrossed doing this endlessly. Then you become slave of this mobile and internet and all these things. Okay, make up your mind. You are the one, we are the one, we have created these things. Human beings have created
Yes,
all these
ma'am.
things, no? And then how can we become slave of it? When it's important, certainly 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, we have to. Like, I cannot conduct my classes without internet. So I have to. That's my compulsion. But this is not my compulsion that I'm just keep on exploring something or the other. Dadi ne khana kaise banaya? Some thumbnails attract me, and then I click that. Again, 10 minutes wasted. Another video appears. Again, this is not the right way. Your purpose should be very clear that why have I taken this mobile right now in my hand? And then complete that work. Leave your mobile away from you. But mobile is somewhere closer to the heart all the time, somewhere in this pocket, somewhere in this pocket, somewhere in purse. We do not leave it away. Learn mobile fasting. I would suggest you. Learn how can you mobile fast.
Yes, ma'am.
At
I
least
think
for
today's
2
generation needs that. Today's generation needs that, ma'am. Definitely.
right. For some time, you must start incorporating this habit. Today, 1 hour mobile fasting. Tomorrow, 2 hours mobile fasting. From third day, overnight mobile fasting. रात को मैं 10 बजे के बाद मोबाइल नहीं छूना है मुझे. Keep it in the other room. Tell all your friends and family members, don't approach me after 10 p.m. I will not be available. As simple as that. Make a rule for your life.
Yes,
And,
ma'am.
and
That
just
that
follow
is
that.
crucial thing. Yes, ma'am. You have to be disciplined. You have to have
You have to have a kind of
some
discipline in your
limit.
life. May it be
Yes, ma'am.
eating, may it be drinking, may it be anything. You cannot eat too much. Body doesn't demand that. You have to control.
Mm,
How many
ma'am.
slices of pizza is required if once in a blue moon you are eating? You have to make it a point. It's not that you like it, so one complete pizza is inside your stomach. It's not dustbin. Your stomach is
Yes, ma'am.
something that God has given you with great purpose. So fill it to that extent which is really, really important for your body. It's applicable in all the field, all the areas.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
We take care of our stomach, but we young generation is not taking care of our mind.
Their mind.
Yes, ma'am. So yes, ma'am. Then my other question is, ma'am, what is something that most people should not do in their 20s, but still they do?
In their
Anything that
20s.
you have?
In their 20s?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Great. Just one thing. They should never underestimate their elders. They should never underestimate their parents, their elders in their 20s. When they move from 15 to 20s, they start thinking that nobody is smarter than them. Nobody, neither their teachers nor their parents. They are the one, they know everything about society, about life, about technology, everything they know. They can be smarter in certain areas, but they never can be smarter than their elders.
Yes, ma'am, true thing. And I think it is the kind of mindset that we have in our 20s, because we are getting adults and a lot of things are there. We have to build our career, we are energetic. So, yes, and we
I
do
have
a lot
heard
of
many
mistakes
times
as well.
children saying, "आपको नहीं समझ आएगा."
Yes,
They
ma'am.
simply say
Yes,
this,
ma'am.
"पापा आपको नहीं समझ आएगा."
Yes,
Why
ma'am.
नहीं
I
समझ
am
आएगा?
also.
Papa has
Yes,
brought
ma'am.
you in this life and you became
Yes,
wiser than
ma'am.
your papa today.
Yes, ma'am. Even my little, my little brother, my mother bought that smartphone 2 years back, and she asked me how to, operate this mobile phone. She asked him first. He was like, "You don't get it like that." He was being that kind of person. My mother got furious. Why will I don't know how to operate it? How you learn to walk, how you learn to speak, that is how I'm gonna learn it. And that was truly a big learning for me that time. And yes, but my brother, being brother, like being a child and kid, he didn't think much about that, but I thought a lot about that incident after that. Yes.
Everyone should think before uttering even one single word. One extra word should not be uttered if it is not required. Before saying, how can you not get it? Remember, how were you taught alphabet A? Your mother was the first one to teach you teach you how to hold your pencil.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So it was a
True thing.
lovely session, Pooja. Actually, I have a class now. So I think we should call it a day. And your lovely,
Yes,
genuine
ma'am.
questions, I
Likewise.
really loved answering all those questions. Thank you so much
Yes, ma'am.
for reaching out to me.
Likewise,
And thank
ma'am.
you so much for being here and sharing your knowledge, your questions as well. Thank you so much for everything, Pooja.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. And it was really an insightful conversation. I just really, really loved. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye,
Yes, ma'am.
Pooja.
Bye bye. Have a
Bye-bye.
great day.
You also, Pooja, enjoy your day and be disciplined throughout your life. Okay,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you
bye.
so much.